We are current communications, and we've been working with Youth Oasis Children's Shelter this semester. I'm Tori Ward, I'm the account executive.
I'm Sandra Castillo, I'm the strategy director.
I'm Lexi Verrett, and I'm the event director.
I'm Caitlin Mercer, I'm the writing director.
I'm Abby Sevenat, I'm the research director.
I'm Seta Salvo, design director.
So Youth Oasis is a non-profit, 24-hour emergency shelter for runaway and homeless children. Basically, this organization provides a comprehensive list of services for children that need it the most. They provide shelter, food, clothing, counseling, tutoring, and even health care. And so Youth Oasis seeks to reunite children with their families or locate alternatives. So they service children that are in the system, kind of in between homes, out of foster care, that have run away, that are seeking assistance from them. They're currently only one of 2 shelters in Louisiana, so they provide some pretty unique services to these children. In 2014, Youth Oasis provided over 4,000 bed nights and served over 9,000 meals for children.
We did a variety of research on different aspects of this campaign. We researched the publics, media, situation, and the organization. For the key publics, we targeted young professionals ages 30 to 45 with children, and we'll give you more details about the research later on in the presentation. For the media, we did research and we found out that Youth Oasis isn't widely covered at all in the media, and when it is, it's kind of just touched on. It's not really going into detail about what Youth Oasis is and the services it provides. And for the situation, what we realized is that there's not a lot of knowledge or awareness about Youth Oasis, and kind of that relates to media and how it's not widely covered. And the organization, sorry. What we did for the organization is that we did some research. We interviewed the executive director, and from that interview we learned that Youth Oasis had not a very good administrative director before the current executive director, and that kind of had an effect on the state that Youth Oasis is in now.
So through our research, we use psychology. We use Erickson's stage of psychosocial development. So through this research, we found that I guess it's step 7 in the process, where ages 40 to 65 is usually where you have people in society want to give back to the community. So that's the age that we started targeting in our demographic. So we knew that this demographic in all stages of life, you know, they have this reason to donate, but specifically this age group, you know, they have kids, they're working, you know, they have these things, so they're more willing to give back and they have the time versus targeting college students or anything in other demographics. Those are the key plugs that we can get. And some of those benefits that those people get, I mean, they're going to reap the benefits from seeing those younger individuals, such, you know, Youth Oasis, so young individuals succeed in life, and they have directly benefit, you know, have that emotional impact on them.
Alright, so our objectives. We had 3, which is awareness, acceptance, and action, which are 3 phases in our publics. Our first objective is an objective for professionals ages 30 to 45 with children in the Baton Rouge area to have an effect on awareness, specifically to increase comprehension about the services provided by Youth Oasis. So first we want to get people to actually know what Youth Oasis is and recognize the name and be aware that that's in the community. Second, the same public, we'll repeat that every time, to have an effect on acceptance, specifically to increase interest about the issue of child homelessness. So we realize it's kind of a taboo to talk about homelessness. It's kind of an ugly issue that nobody wants to talk about. So we want to be able to bring this discussion into the community so that people can, you know, get to understand why it's important to donate and to help Youth Oasis. And our third action objective would be to specifically to create 3 partnerships with Youth Oasis from April 1st to April 1st in 2016. And so that's to get the organization involved in the community more so than it is now, and to kind of go beyond the services that they provide and to actually be, you know, have kind of those people in the community that advocate for that for the organization.
Okay, so as we mentioned, our target audience was young professionals with children, and so in an effort to create an event that was engaging to both children as well as adults, we thought it would be beneficial to host a family event. And so Family Fest featured live music, food, obstacle courses. We had paint, face painting, a fire breather and stilt walker, and much more. And one of our primary goals was to raise awareness for Youth Oasis. And we did this through an information table available at the event. And our executive director was there, and he was able to connect with many prospective people who were willing to engage in the community, as well as engage with the organization, as well as inform them about the services of Youth Oasis. Another goal of our event was to raise funds, and we raised over $800 for the organization. And also another benefit of the event was we were able to partner with Acacia Church, something that will hopefully be beneficial to Youth Oasis in the future.
So moving on to our deliverables, one of the deliverables we produced was a newsletter template and guide. So we used MailChimp to lay out an online newsletter. So we really thought this would be beneficial for those people that have already engaged in the organization, that we can just update them on what's happening with Youth Oasis, where those donations are going, and how they can help in the future. So really just engaging and bringing that audience in and keeping them active within Youth Oasis as a volunteer, donor, etc.
Another issue we found with Youth Oasis is that they don't have a big specific communications team, so we created an intern guide, which we hope will aid Youth Oasis in hiring a good intern that can help them handle all the public relations and communications aspects that they need. And we also created it to help the intern, just to kind of see what Youth Oasis expects of them and what their kind of daily tasks and duties will be.
So another objective that we had was to create partnerships among the organization. So we created talking points and a presentation that our client can present to potential donors, sponsors, and partners. And this was just an easier way to share the mission of Youth Oasis, as well as what would be expected in a partnership. And it was, we just thought it would be something that was beneficial and would really kind of deliver what the main points of what a partnership would mean.
So we had a challenge in creating a video. The faces who we want to have and want to be seen, we unfortunately can't for the privacy of the children. So the task was to create a visual that had an emotional appeal to get people to understand who Youth Oasis was when there was no direct face, a child who's homeless, to say, hey, I'm in need of help. So what we did is we interviewed the executive director and other members of the team, and had them speak about what they need, their mission. And luckily we talked to the Department of Children and Family Services, and they allowed us to use the voice of one of the people at the shelter. We couldn't use their information directly, but we were able to use their voice, so it kind of gives that that personal element. Hey, I am a person who has gone through these challenges.
So we also wanted to create an infographic so that they could put and promote the issue and the organization. And so it's simple. It just kind of goes over the statistics of what the children face, and then what Youth Oasis provides with their information at the bottom. And so this can be used to promote and also to send to media if there's any sort of thing that they need a visual to connect with Youth Oasis.
And then we also created a social media plan and guidelines. So we did a content calendar for Facebook and Twitter for the month of April. So we were able to promote our event. It was Child Abuse Prevention Month in April, so we got to touch on that and really just engage more with social media, because they actually have a great following on their Facebook. So that was a great thing we got to do, and we saw really great results and engagement from that. And we were able to bring in some cool campaigns like Trivia Tuesday and things to really engage the audience. So we had fun with that one.
The previous campaigns group created a rebrand for Youth Oasis, and they decided that they didn't want to implement it this time around. They weren't ready, but we created a rebrand plan to kind of help guide them through what is necessary, what kind of materials to gather before actually rolling out the new brand, and also maybe even I also created a calendar that kind of guides them through the process as well.
So as you can see by now, our goal, one of our main goals for Youth Oasis, was to ramp up community engagement and awareness of the issue of child homelessness and the services that they provide. So we decided to write some news releases and media advisories for both our Family Fest event and their Sleep Out event, which was held at the end of March, I believe. And we sent those out. We got some responses, which was good, so it just shows that it's really helpful to reach out to the media and form relationships with that.
So as we said before, our big goal was awareness, and so we created a push card, which the main purpose of this was it was an easy distribution for the client as well as really easy for our audience to understand. And it has all the crucial information of the services that Youth Oasis provides, as well as how people can get involved and help.
Alright, so the big takeaway from this, when looking, Lexi kind of already touched on our event evaluation, but as of right now, because of just the things that we've already implemented, we've only really been able to gauge awareness. And we've had media coverage, so The Advocate covered our event, as well as Wing Country Radio. They put it on their calendar, so we had some engagement with the media. We'd like to see more, and it still was kind of just touched on Youth Oasis, didn't really delve into what the organization does, but it's a start, so we're pretty excited about that. And then on social media, on Facebook alone, we had a 214% increase in reach and a 400% increase in likes on posts since we implemented the social media plan at the beginning of April. So we're really excited about that. So we really feel like we're going to reach that awareness objective with this campaign by the end of the year. And acceptance and action, we haven't implemented anything quite yet that would really gauge that, but we're going to look at newsletter subscriptions, things like that, video views, just to gauge acceptance, and then the partnerships for action. So we really truly believe that we're going to reach those objectives with this campaign, and that hopefully our client will be satisfied with the results. Some future recommendations we have, we really want to see the internship position be used, like we said, so we can just do more communication to increase awareness. We'd like to see a little more consistency with social media because, like we said, they have a great following. We've already seen amazing results. And then just implement that rebrand and become a community expert really on child homelessness and on Youth Oasis, because we feel like if the media comes to Raphael for a quote on child homelessness, that could be great recognition for Youth Oasis. And just in conclusion, we had a great experience with this. We learned so much. We really felt like we found a good target audience and really tapped into that family idea with our event. And through our deliverables, we hope that we've set our client up for an amazing campaign.